My name is Hugues Thibaut. I'm head of the International Department of Group S. Group S is a Belgian payroll office. When you're an expat moving to Belgium and you want to work as an employee, there are three questions you should ask yourself. First question, which law is going to govern my employment contract? Second question, which social security system am I going to belong to? Third question, where am I going to pay my taxes? The first issue, which law is applicable to my employment contract? I'm going to be a bit provocative. You could be a Dutch resident working for a German employer, but you work in Belgium as an expat, and you and your employer, you could agree that Portuguese law is applicable. I will not advise to do that, because if you do that, Belgian law will be also applicable. It might be a bit complicated for you and your employer. Second question, which social security system am I belonging when I'm working in Belgium? Actually, there is an EU regulation stating in which social system you remain. The general principle, you cannot belong to two systems at the same time. Either you belong to the French, the German, the Belgian system is not possible to mix. There are mainly two exceptions to this principle. If you work in two countries at the same time, let's say that you're a Belgian resident, you work 40% of your time in Belgium and 60% in Germany. In this case, you will belong to the Belgian system. That's the first exception. The second exception is the posting of employees, also known as the secondment of employees. In this case, let's say that you sent from a Spanish company to Belgium for 12 months. It's possible that under certain conditions and limits, you still remain in the Spanish social security system. That's an exception to the main principle. The third question, and probably the most important question for you, where do you pay your taxes? Here there is no EU harmonization, so Belgium has signed tax treaties with different countries. This is a bit tricky to interpret those treaties, but the main principle is to state where you're paying your taxes and to avoid you paying double taxation, meaning paying taxes in two different countries. That's the main principle, but of course there are exceptions. Normally you will always pay your taxes in the country you work, but sometimes the treaty have to be interpreted and it's possible to pay your taxes in another country. This is the main question that you should ask yourself if you work as an employee in Belgium. You could also work as a self-employed in Belgium. And the most important question, where do you pay your social taxes as a self-employed? There is also EU regulation stating in which country. All these issues has been covered during the seminar, but of course, do not hesitate to ask me any question. Thank you for your time.